Hi, and welcome to your journey into Canada. You're on your way through the long, worthwhile process to become a Canadian.
Canada contains a point system, where if you get a certain amount of points, you can be welcomed to Canada. Based on things such as speaking English, your age, education, and criminal activity, it will impact your points. If you reach a minimum of 67 out of 100, you can become welcomed to Canada.
Okay, so with the point system, you will have a sheet, and on the sheet it will have a selection factor and the points you will get for each. So with education,
There is a maximum of 25 points for getting a PhD, and for example, if you've only gone to secondary school, which is high school, you'd only get 0 points. So pretty much the highest qualification level of education will give you more points.
if you can speak English or French.
So if you have a really good reading, writing, speaking, and listening ability, you're going to get more points. And if, say, your second language is French and your reading and writing ability is also high, it's going to give you more points as well.
Also, your experience.
So we want you to have a lot of work experience. So if you have 4 years or more experience in working, you're going to get 21 points. And if you have 3 years work experience, that'd be 19. And 2 years, 17 points, and so on and so forth.
Also, your age.
So we wouldn't give you any points if you're 16 years or under. And if you're 21 to 49 years, that would be the peak number of points you can get. And if you're 54 years and over, we will give you 0 points.
The arranged employment in Canada is another factor.
So you will gain 10 points if you have a job offer approved by Human Resources Development in Canada. And it is a job where it will be difficult to find someone in our market. So you must have the abilities to perform those tasks, and you can get those points.
So adaptability is another factor. How well you can adapt to Canada and the people and our culture. And the maximum points you can get is 67. So if you get 67 points, you are lucky and you can come to Mapleland.
You might not be accepted, but if you qualify, you have a better chance. And don't blame us because we don't have enough maple syrup to go around for everyone.
You will also need to take a citizen test, in which you learn about Canada and other things such as history and knowledge.
Your rights are different than a normal Canadian citizen, as you don't get a few rights. You do, however, get fundamental freedoms and equality rights, as well as legal rights and a few mobility rights. Your fundamental freedoms include your right to express yourself and your own opinions, and your freedom to choose your own religion.
Equality rights include your right to be equal no matter what your sex, age, and nationality. Legal rights will allow you to become innocent until proven guilty.
You do not get the right to vote, and you can get that after you become a Canadian citizen.
Okay, so there are 4 categories when entering as immigrant: the economic class, family class, refugees, and others. The economic class is 50%, half of all immigrants. They are skilled workers that can support themselves in our society. They're also able to contribute to our amazing economy. The family class is 28% of immigrants, and they're directly related to people in Canada. After these, there are the refugees, which are 13% of immigrants, and the people escaping war or persecution. Finally, the others, 4%, is accepted because of humanitarian reasons. We will not accept you if you are a threat or a criminal, a burden to taxpayers, or a medical issue. Few steps to becoming a Canadian. Firstly, you must be at least 18 unless traveling with a parent, adult, any guardian that's over 18. Secondly, you must be physically in Canada as a permanent resident for at least 1,460 days during 6 years before the date of your application. You must have met your tax-filling obligations in 4 taxation years. You must have an intent to reside and an intention to live in Canada and become a Canadian citizen. Once you become a Canadian citizen, you have the right to enter, remain in, or leave Canada, one of the basic rights of citizenship.
That's very true, Miah, because everybody has those rights. Every Canadian
Care to
citizen.
continue?
Oh yes, I would love to continue. One of the basic rights of citizenship. You must also have an adequate knowledge of English or French. You have to prove that you can speak English or French, being able to understand Canada's history, values, institutions, and symbols. We do not want anyone who has committed crimes or have been arrested or charged with a trial.
Language rights.
The Canada-Quebec Accord is a specific agreement with Quebec. It allows Quebec to require immigrants who go into Quebec to send their kids to French language schools. We want you to speak French if you live in Quebec. And it allows us to find those who can speak or want to learn French and live there.
And learn it.
I'm sorry, but is this...
Why are you laughing?
Why you can't look at me? You cannot look at me.
Why?
You can't look at me.
Oh my god.
You might not be accepted, but if you qualify, you have a better chance.
Say it!
French language rights.
Are you kidding me? Go.
French language
French language rights!
There are a few steps you have to go through before becoming a Canadian.
Okay. French language rights!
That was
French language rights!
You can say it, okay? Because I can't do this.
There are steps to becoming an immigrant.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
Oh my god, Jack.
Are you kidding me, Jack?
Stop being so
He's going to the girls' washroom.
Go with your group. Like nobody wants to hear. Like
How could this